Earth Day, this is one of the most important days that is on 22nd April, celebrated since 1970. See, we don't have a birthday for the Earth, so at least we have some day called Earth Day, and that day we are celebrating to understand that Earth is our only home, and without that we cannot sustain. So that is a great consciousness, Earth consciousness, and we had been doing this kind of work like Earth Leadership, Earth Centers with more than 30 colleges, universities, and our city college is also part of Earth Centers Alliance, and many events we have done in the past too. And in continuity, we have these kind of events now. This ultimately even our power, our planet. That is the theme for this 2026 Earth Day. Here, power means basically it is the communities, people, and our intentions, what we want to do, and all that together. So, power, communities, and choices. These three are very, very important. And choices, what we want to make. See, many times we think we need to be very strict, like you want to be eco-friendly, or you don't want to adopt certain things which are negative to the environment, or even for the climate change factors which is contributing. So that strictness also is a very difficult choice actually for see, going vegan. Some people will say I will not even touch milk, something like that. Somebody will say I will not touch plastic, but by default your pen is also a plastic thing. Yeah, we cannot throw away your pen, no. Every day you are touching that plastic. So we have to understand now. You see, with war going on, there is an increase of 30% in the price of the plastics on an average. Even if you buy a mug outside or a bucket, anything that is made up of plastic. So all these days we had been using without respecting the plastics actually. So of course we have to reduce, but recycle, reuse, and so many other things are there with which some materials have value. Not single use is a very dangerous thing. Yeah, that is what we had been prohibiting. You have to remember. Otherwise, we don't have so many trees to cut down and use so much wood for everything. Yeah, for insulation, let us say, all our electric wires are coated with plastic only. If you say plastic free, what insulation material you will use? So that's almost all like impossible for us now to think also. So this consciousness we have to have. So here being strictly will not definitely help us, but having some kind of flexibility in our approach and doing whatever you can do, that is the biggest thing actually. Whatever little you can do, that is more important. Every day, whatever little change in your habits that you bring, that is also a good thing. So if you are switching off your fan or reducing a number, even if water is flowing down, you are closing your tap. So like that, if you see, there are so many things which are very simple actions, or if you even sell things which you are not using, that also adds like renewable when we say, or reusable when we say, so recyclable. So all these things are interrelated actually. So these kind of things we need to slowly adopt. So one of the most important thing is, apart from the energy consciousness, and we know the petrol prices are going up, and gas already, the private gas agency supply has come down. Only domestic some part it is assured, and we are into a crisis already. In the last more than 1 month, the Middle East situation brought this situation. This is what we have challenges as of now. So we need to find alternate renewable energy sources. See, for me, I have designed 50 low-cost efficient cook stoves. See, why I need to design this? Because there are so many values around that, right from climate change mitigation to the health of women, or biomass conservation, See, if you have efficient cook stove, then you will use less fuel wood, something like that. So all these things, the health aspect of the family or the food and nutrition value for the family. So there are empty values around that thing. So that's why I need to work on that. Similarly, when I worked on biochar, same thing. Soil is the most fundamental thing we need to grow better, and also we have to improve the yields. We have to reduce the dependency of chemical fertilizers and all that. Even moisture conservation, nutrient retention, or emission reduction from agriculture altogether. So all these things are integrated in this biochar science. So for that reason, I am very happy, including the stubble burning issue, how to help farmers learn better practices or efficient technologies they can adopt in converting biomass into biochar. So apart from the converting into compost and other values, whatever is left, they can always do this. So like that, I need to work on this science also. So similarly, for you also, there will be many areas that you can look at. See, as youth, especially, biggest challenges are there before you, and this is a cumulative thing actually. And when the challenges are bigger, you have an opportunity also. And the other way around, we are also sorry for that, because creating bigger challenges for you means the earlier generations are now looked into the aspirations of the future generations or the present generations, even Gen Z, now what we call the youth mostly. So you will be suffering a lot because of this climate change overall, or the economic recession, or the environmental factors, even including the livability aspect. Even livelihoods are at stake. See, everything is related to resources. So we have already exploited enough resources, and we need 1.6 times the earth to make a sustainable planet. So we don't have that much land or space or resources, and we have so many challenges, and governments are struggling a lot to including bring up this the data of the nations is a very big thing, and resource crunch is important, and global trades are something which we all are related. Actually, there is nothing an individual country can support its population. We need to depend on several other countries also. So now everything is global. It is not local. It is no more local. So these are the so many things that are happening around. So our borders have no meaning actually as of now, because when your air comes from everywhere on this, and your water is from hydrological cycles, or across the some other countries also we get the rivers. So that way, if you see, the climate change is also across global. It is not that one nation is polluting more and they are only suffering. Whoever is releasing the gases, everybody is suffering. So it is a global kind of thing. So here, I think everybody's collective responsibility comes into picture, and it is not that I am rich, I can use any amount of resources, I can pollute and I can transfer this burden to any other country. No way. So that thing will not happen. That nobody will allow. That is what this climate change mitigation, adaptation, and the fund related to this, how the developed countries should provide this fund to us, especially developing or underdeveloped countries, or even small island nations, which with raising sea level will disappear. So there are so many challenges around. Even the emission reduction, the technologies that they would adopt, and accountability should be there, and submission of this data every year, that is also very, very important. But that is not happening systematically. So I think third party verification and many things will come. Within India also, we have now green credits, carbon credits, so many things are happening. Maybe within 3-4 months, we'll have these things in place. So every action will be accounted. See, as a citizens, nobody can ignore. Our data is being documented. Your purchasing history is documented, and overall, the cameras are monitoring your every action. So all these things are recorded somewhere. So in the future, nobody can say that I have not contributed this kind of I mean to say the global commons degradation which is happening. So individual responsibility is there. So this accountability will come. So government somewhere will also tax those people who are degrading more or causing more impact. So that also is going to happen. So this with artificial intelligence and many other things, I think with big data and things like that, we have solutions as of now. We have enough knowledge, but action is lacking. The sensitivity is lacking. I think this is a very big problem. Even complaints by the governments, even government laws and regulations, whatever, even they are being diluted over a period. This is also a very difficult thing actually. But government says we don't want recession, we need economic development, we need more livelihoods, and we cannot ignore the downtrodden or remotest communities, distribution of forest land, that is what happening, let us say, or pollution of rivers, that is happening. I mean to say the common things are also being so much degraded. This is one of the deepest crises that we are into. This ecological destruction too, even our ecological footprint, carbon footprint, on an average everybody's is increasing. Actually people think with more resources utilization they are rich. Actually when the whole world is becoming poor, how you can be rich? That is the fundamental question. And you cannot make others suffer for your enjoyment. And this is a kind of sadistic nature of human beings. If we are responsible 100%, we are responsible for everything. So this, especially in the youth, this consciousness should come. And there are so many challenges, especially immediate challenge that I see in the biggest threat is urea. Whether you agree or not, but phosphorus is another thing, and these are very fundamental things for our agriculture. Nitrogen and phosphorus. See, rock phosphate has limitation. Nobody is thinking about. But I feel within next this 4 months, agriculture crisis is going to come as the plastic prices are going up. Similarly, agriculture produce prices will also go up. But there is a distress, there is a problem with the farmers, their livelihoods and many other things will come, and they will suffer more. So that is going to be another big problem. The bottom of the pyramid people who are really supporting all other people, all other sector people, I think they should not suffer. So for that reason, what we can do for this sector, that is very, very important, especially the botany department, your relation with the whole the plant life. Plant life means nothing but again agriculture and everything. I think there is something we need to think very deeply here to sustain this whole thing, the agriculture systems. Otherwise, we'll have the fundamental problem that is called food security. See, food security is most important. Even if you go by SDGs, they are the one of the top priority areas. Even water security, this food security, even climate change, like that. We have many things. Energy is also another big thing. So these things are already happening, and this immediately switching on to some other renewable energy and all that is not so easy for the governments. And what I suggest to the younger generations, especially the students, is see, first thing is you have to reduce the resource use. Simplest thing is live simple. Enjoy what you have. Don't aspire big and don't consume more. So then what happens is this minimalist approach, this is not conducive. Actually, this is the way we can sustain ourselves and help the planet to sustain further all kinds of resources, people and other things. Otherwise, our extinction is very close. I am not claiming. That is how when UNFCCC said directly, code red for humanity, climate emergency. So these things they have already declared. Officially they have declared, and nobody is considering these things as the danger signals. So when these things are going ahead, you see this year is El Nino again, and severe El Nino year. It means very deep crisis we are going to have with the drought, especially. Our rainfall will be very erratic, and that is going to be another big challenge. I think this is nowadays it is rare, but I think it has repeated this year. This is a predictions we have already. So this crisis we did not expect with this recession and global challenges, and over that the farmer challenge is there, and over that the drought situation is there, or erratic nature of the total monsoon is there. So I think this is going to be a very big challenge for us. See, as earth leaders, you all should have enough knowledge and understanding, and continuously you should be learning, and also you should be visionaries. You should always think ahead, not like the political leadership who looks only for 5 years or 10 years like that short term vision. No, you should look at next 40 years, next 50 years, 100 years, how this whole world will be, how India would be within that space, and what are the going to be the biggest challenges in the futures. See, when you are getting educated, you want to serve for the next 40, 50 years after your education. That is minimum age is expected for your service on this earth. So at least 50 years you can think, no, minimum. So this kind of consciousness, earth consciousness, and what you could do. See, criticism is one big thing that is always there with everybody, and it is the easiest thing. Everybody can criticize. But who can provide the solutions? The person who can provide solutions silently is the greatest person, not the critic. But many times the critics appear to be bigger people because they are questioning. See, questioning is not the solution. Many times this kind of questioning is everywhere, even in the parliament or assembly or even any discussion, debate. People question, but tell the alternative plan, no? They will never tell. When you have not worked backwards, what you want to do, what you want to contribute, and how you want to see, then why do you question? See, that's why always work practically. And you need to have the ground level experience also in doing whatever you say. Only don't read and just translate things from chat GPT or something, just commenting that has very little meaning. Show practical solutions and believe what you think so. Over a period, your belief comes true. See, I had been working on this biomass cook stoves last nearly 2005 onwards, for about 20 years. Initially, there was demand when there was LPG was not there. But over a period, LPG has taken over. Now you see again LPG crisis has come. I am getting calls again asking for the same cook stoves. See what happened. As long as we are progressing as like in evolution, we are asking for something better technology and all that. When the technology goes, you need to go back. But people are ready to go back. But alternatives we don't have. So we are not prepared for alternatives. But still, the sustainable traditional things, whatever it is, that will help us to live at least a few days more or to before we find some alternatives. So that's how again the demand is coming. So here the policies are also very, very important, government policy. So it is our own reflection. See, if people are asking more freebies and comfort, the government also makes such policies. But if people want real sustainable solutions, long-term solutions, and not wasting the tax money or whatever little resources government have, not falling into the debt trap of the government's falling in the debt trap. And that's a very big dangerous sign for the whole country and for the especially younger generations, because you need to pay this. We have enjoyed, even we brought the loan and we are enjoying. I mean to say generation wise I am telling. But why you should pay? Why you should suffer? So these things are very fundamental. So this fossil fuel based economy within next 50 years it will go, and I feel this Gen Z, I think 2070 India has also said by the time our coal and everything we stop mining and all that, and we have to depend on some other alternative energy sources including renewable and clean future energy sources. So this that's why the biomass based energy is becoming very popular, especially from botany department students. So you can think about this ethanol to even biochar or biogas. There are so many gasifiers, pelletization, briquetting, even charcoal briquetting. So there are so many new areas coming. So there you can look into because all these years we have looked of the produce as one of the important thing, but beyond the produce all the biomass that is left in the farm, how do we create a value for that? So every blade of grass or leaf should also have a value. Then only farmers will get a good income because they have cultivated the whole crop, not for a part of the crop. Yeah. So here there is demand for biomass, all kinds of biomass, wet, dry, or anything. So that biomass becomes a very good commodity because that is renewable. As we will have more demand from biomass, we will have more plants. That's the other way of telling. Of course, this is not something I am advocating. You can take any biomass. Nobody will leave. The forest department is there. If you cut any plant, you will be in jail or you'll have so much fine. You will not forget your vehicle will be seized. People think like that. People will deviate and then cut any tree and we will lose our forest. Oh, no, not that way. See, if you want that energy, you have to grow your plants, then you have to harvest your plant as per the law. Volta Act is also there. Go by with that act, including agriculture biomass. Don't burn directly open. Have some technology, reduce your emissions, convert into some useful material like compost or your own fertilizers, local fertilizers or biochar or something like briquetting, culleting. So create some value out of that or even supplying to ethanol factories if it is needed. I'm not strong advocate of ethanol, but government has already brought up this 20% blending into our petrol. It's a government policy. It is not my issue. But the government is very adamant because they want to reduce the dependency on the petrol, diesel and all that. And for that reason, they are bringing, not by choice, because it is not a good technology, I know. And people are protesting. And by default, government is pushing this policy and that is what we are seeing as of now. But whatever might be the thing, but ultimately it means that government wants energy security for the nation. Otherwise, the petrodollars and all that, we don't have enough to buy from anywhere on this earth. And even you see Hormuz Strait, how difficult it is to get even two ships loads and we were fired and we had to move behind. So many things are happening. So we are in deep crisis even now. So there is a lot, especially in this regard, you need to think. And accountability is very, very important. Your daily habits, you try to change. You just try to think at the end of the day how much impact I have caused globally or even locally because of my habits and all that. Of course, government policies and the emission reductions from the industries, corporates and all that should also come down. And as I said, this solution is very, very important. And especially engaging the children or youth like you in tree planting or even having compassion for other life. It could be birds or your own pet animals or it could be any wild animals, anything. So you need to show some gratitude towards them. They also come onto this earth to live along with us and they should also live, we should also live. And having some nature walks and all that, definitely this kind of things. We have so many good forests in and around Hyderabad maintained by the forest department. So you have very good opportunity or even bicycle by that if you come to college. I think we should reward such students. People feel very bad. They come on motorcycle nowadays, youth. When we were young, of course, we never had the choice of this motorcycle and all that. We had the bicycles. We were happy. But again, that kind of consciousness should come and awareness should be there and action should be there. So green skills is on big area. I think anything that is contributing to, as I said, 4-5 hours are there, recycle, reuse, refurbish, like that. So whatever is there in that sectors you can get into. Some are working on this plastic to oil kind of technologies also. So here even having a good nursery which is climate resilient nurseries or eco-friendly nurseries or local species nurseries, definitely you are contributing a lot, not the exotic species and all that. Yeah. Otherwise like Conocarpus, it will be a disaster that we have created with exotic species. And here again the sustainable farming methods, whatever it is, the natural farming mission is there for Government of India. I think there is a lot we can think about and work on that mission. That has come mainly because the fossil fuel based agriculture, the government want to move away. That is one of the important reasons. Otherwise they would not have brought up all this. See, air pollution is one big threat. Heat stress is there, and sunstroke and all that is happening. That's one of the biggest disasters that is happening already. I think how to cope with that, you should have enough knowledge what are the different air pollutants and all that. Because in your life, about 9 to 10 years, easily it will go because of air pollution. The lifespan will reduce. So that is one big challenge now. Nobody has that information or understanding what it is like. So I am working on certain projects, that's why I know. So how big a threat that is. See, next is water. Third is food, I say. See, work with the local farmers. Always adopt some villages as you always do, sir, with your NSS or NCC, whatever programs you have. So adopt some local farming community, work with them, learn with them. Whatever support knowledge that you can give to them, you can work on that thing. And even Musi River is very close to you. So in what way the city college become part of the Musi River development? So that you can have some action plan from your side and submit to. You could have one at least awareness stall on Musi River, on the banks of Musi River, because your college is next to it. So that way also you can become part of that government program, whatever it is doing to protect the Musi or pollution. So like that you can bring up whatever you can with involving your students or some small projects or some kind of studies. Like even if you study the flora fauna of Musi River just before your college, that's a great thing actually. What are the various local things and invasive things, or what are the major pollutants like that. So this kind of things I think they are doable, and I think City College will definitely play an important role. And I know the students, we are a long-term relation I have with some of the old students also. And you all are really very committed and very good students. I like everybody at the City College, because in one batch they stayed with me for nearly 15 days. And even they forgot Dr. Nagaraj sir when he came. So they were so immersed in the environment and the surroundings and everything. Even when they were leaving, they were crying. So that commitment is there in City College, and this is a practical thing I am sharing about our college. And very happy with whatever you are, sir. And you will do definitely bigger and greater things. And I am with all of you. Thank you very much.